All right, ready? Let's. Fuck.
I don't know. It's already recording.
Wow. Today's video is brought to you by the letter S for Sokani, and this is a little tiny 5-inch field monitor. And originally, I bought this for the Fuji Xe3 to use it out in the field, and it works perfectly for that because it's nice and light and small. But I discovered it works way better on this camera here in the studio, so this is how I want to show you how we're using it. Really quick, I wanted to show you this is the monitor that we were using. The Best View 7-inch, which is fine. This monitor is a great monitor, but it's huge and it's heavy. This thing weighs nothing, except it's got has a very heavy battery on there. And this is the battery that actually comes with it, but you can get batteries half these size if you want to travel a little lighter. Battery life on this is excellent, by the way. But let me show you why I got this thing. And this is a Canon 5DS. So here at Method Art, we shoot a lot of artwork. That's our primary goal. So when I hit my live view on the Canon, you'll notice it comes up on here. And it comes in pixel to pixel, which is really nice. But we only use manual focus lenses here, so to make sure that we have everything dialed in, then we can zoom in. And then with the back of the camera, I can zoom in even farther. So now I've got even more in-depth magnification. I can also turn on peak focusing, and then that will allow me to open my lens all the way up and make sure that I'm focused in perfectly. And then I can stop down. And this allows us to actually do really fine focusing to make sure that we've got everything perfectly in focus, which is what we need, especially in this situation. So it allows you to just drag your finger across to scroll across the image to make sure that you've got everything in there. That is, to me, is just an amazing feature. And because of that, it's going to save us some time in workflow, because occasionally we get paintings in here that are so difficult that it might take us 4 or 5 tries to make sure that everything corner to corner and center is perfectly in focus if we're trying to get it at the sharpest point of the lens. So with this lens that's on here, the Nikon 55mm micro mounted to a Canon 5DS, yes, you heard me right, this is one of the sharpest lenses that I own, and I've owned this thing forever. We want to keep using it, but every once in a while we take a picture that's just slightly blurry. So this allows us to really dial that in, and that's what we really like about it, is you can just zoom in and touch around the monitor. Now this monitor does not give you touch capability on cameras that have touch capability. So when it's plugged into the Fuji Xe3, it doesn't actually allow you to use it as a shutter button or anything like that. It just allows you to zoom in. It's still just a field monitor. But man, is this thing handy, and for $300, it's definitely well worth the money. It weighs nothing. It comes with this nice little tripod mount, and then it comes with a HDMI to mini HDMI, and then another HDMI to micro HDMI. And then it also comes with another little tiny mount. And then this is the actual battery that comes with it. It comes with a charger. And then it came with, where did it go? There it is. A little tiny thumb drive to be able to do firmware updates on it, which is actually kind of nice. And you can plug it into the wall if you need to. And then it comes with a sunshade. And it also comes with screen protectors, which it came with 2, so you want to put one on right away when you get it. And then it comes with a cleaning cloth, which is very handy. Now the other thing it comes with is this sunshade. This is the only thing that I don't like about this. So let me go ahead and install this on here. The sunshade has this Velcro that has to be installed underneath this rail. So all you're doing when you do this is limiting your amount of space to be able to get underneath this monitor. Now the sunshade itself does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's a sunshade. It comes with this little piece right here that allows you to fully encase the monitor But anyway, this piece allows you to close off the bottom of it. That way, if you want to see just that, you can. And it's nice and completely dark in here, as you can see. But the thing that drives me crazy is this little cover comes with the reverse Velcro that's on this rail. If it came with the right Velcro, you could cut a little piece right here and actually use this as a cover to protect the screen when you're traveling. So I highly recommend that you do that. Just get another little piece of Velcro from a craft store, that way you can stick that on it. This has 4 function buttons on the top. So you have F1, which turns your audio meters on and off. It has F2, which allows us to turn on peak focusing. F3, which gives us false color. And by the way, the false color on this is very good for video. I actually found it to be very accurate now that I know how to use false color. And then F4 is your pixels on, and what that means is that if you're zoomed in here, let me get zoomed in, if you hit F4 it goes back to where it should be, pixel to pixel. This button over here on the top, right here, that's your exit button to get out of the menus. And then this slide button right here is your on-off switch. Then it has a submenu system, and what you do is you click this volume wheel, and then we have guides. Hit the button again, and that will give you your basic settings. So we can turn on crosshair, grids, or guides. And then video config, just to give you an idea, brightness, contrast, chroma, sharpness, tint, etc. And from there, we got system config, and then function setup, audio meters, pinking, false color, pixel to pixel. So you can change the function button settings from the top. And then we've got firmware, and this allows you to update your firmware or look at your firmware. To be honest with you, the firmware on here seems to feel fine. I have had no issues. I've used this so far on my Sony A7R, my Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II, and on the Canon 5DS and the Fuji Xe3. And it seems to work fine on all of them. And originally, like I said, I bought this as a field monitor to use it out in the field, but in this case I found it way more effective to use it here in the studio. Let me give you a quick walk around of the monitor. Alright, on the back side of this you can see everything is labeled. A few things I didn't talk about were the unlock of the battery, so you can actually change the battery mount itself. And then down here is your plug-in power, and then this is your USB port for firmware updates. Then you have HDMI out and your headphone jack. And how big is this thing actually? This unit, Megan, I know, come here. Bring your phone. Yeah, just to give you an idea, I just need to see the back side of it. Ooh. This is Megan's cell phone compared to this unit, and she's got, this is Nest 7, right? Samsung. Yeah, Galaxy 7.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a Samsung Galaxy 7. I don't know what the hell she uses, but anyway, you can see size-wise they are like pretty much the same size. And thickness-wise, you know, it's about half the thickness. So you can think of this as like 2 cell phones stuck together. That's how big this actual monitor is. But anyway, very cool little monitor. Everything seems to be very accurate. Peak focusing works, and it gives me peak focusing in live view on the Canon 5DS. So anyway, hope you guys like this video. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, otherwise we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.